Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, August 10. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is urging the public to be vigilant as the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Jamaica surpass 1,000 and related deaths reach 14. Up to news time, there were 1,023 confirmed cases, and a 37-year-old male from St. Catherine was identified as the newest victim of the virus. Of the total confirmed cases, 745 persons have recovered, and the country is currently managing 206 active cases, including 6 moderately ill patients. 375 of Jamaica's total case count are imported, 312 are contacts of confirmed cases, and 76 are local transmission cases, not epidemiologically linked. Another 236 are related to the workplace cluster in St. Catherine, and 24 are under investigation. In light of the recent uptick in cases, the ministry is reminding Jamaicans to take the virus seriously and adhere to the various safety and sanitation protocols. These include washing of hands with soap and water, maintaining the prescribed 6 feet physical distance from others, and wearing a mask when in public situations. Visitors and returning residents are also reminded that they must comply with quarantine orders to help protect their own health and that of others. Meanwhile, Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton is reporting that no case of the novel coronavirus has been recorded in the country's penal system.
We have not had any cases of COVID in those institutions, and that's because of I suspect, the protocol that we have in place, the alertness of those who are involved, the fact that the health authorities do keep in touch and provide appropriate levels of guidance.
In March, the Department of Correctional Services activated its COVID-19 protocol. It included a suspension of visits and the collection of food and care packages, inmate and staff sensitization, increased supply of sanitizers and hand soap, and enhanced sanitization of surface areas. As it relates to infirmaries, the minister says a worker at the St. Anne Infirmary had contracted the virus, but the situation was quickly addressed to prevent any spread and protect residents. Dr. Tufton was addressing a virtual press briefing held recently at the office of the Prime Minister. In other news, about 8,000 residents of Hanover are now in position to receive potable piped water after the Claremont to Jericho water supply system was commissioned into service on the weekend. Prime Minister Andrew Holness officially commissioned the $400 million system, which promises to end 48 years of water scarcity in the area. The National Water Commission installed a relift station from which water is pumped into a 100,000-gallon bolted steel tank and is gravity-fed to the service areas. The Prime Minister encouraged residents to be responsible with their use of the water and pay their bills.
So I am urging all of you that the $400 million of investment that is made has to be recouped. We have to make that back. Why? Because we have to take that money now and go to another community, because everybody must have access to water regardless of your income level.
The Ministry of National Security has acquired 2 mobile driving simulators to train at-risk youth from vulnerable communities in St. James and Kingston to operate heavy-duty vehicles. The simulators, which cost $82 million, were commissioned on Friday by Prime Minister Andrew Holness and Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang at the Cornwall Automotive Training Institute in Montego Bay. The acquisition is in keeping with the technology component of the ministry's Music, Sports and Technology program, designed to engage, train and certify at-risk youth in specialized skill areas. It enables participants to enhance their skills in driving heavy-duty equipment, which prepares them for jobs locally and overseas. Instructor and assistant lecturer for the Articulate Truck Driving Program at the Caribbean Maritime University, Kevin Lee, says 21% of students from vulnerable communities who he taught in a similar program obtained employment both locally and overseas. The National Security Ministry has partnered with the CMU and Heart Trust NSTA to deliver and certify training in the Articulate Truck Driving Program in Kingston and Montego Bay. The Ministry of Education is urging parents who wish to homeschool their children in the upcoming academic year to apply as soon as possible. The call was made by Acting Chief Education Officer Dr. Kassan Troop during a recent back-to-school digital town hall meeting. Dr. Troop says the ministry has a homeschooling framework in place, which is monitored by its Independent Schools Unit.
Parents who are interested can apply through our Independent Schools Unit at isu@moey.gov.jm. And we will provide you with the guidelines, and of course we will support you through this process if you are so interested in this approach.
The National Parenting Support Commission is also offering assistance to those who want to homeschool their children.
There are some parents whose jobs require that they go out every single day. And I know as a parent, it's going to be very difficult for me to operate at my optimal if I am concerned about the safety of my child. So let us have discussions about it. Perhaps you, parent, if you're the one who has this consideration at this time, you'd want to call the commission and let me sit down to see what your specific circumstances are, and let's see how we can work out a plan. I repeat, the number is 967-7977.
And finally, the Ministry of Education will begin the phased introduction of electronic textbooks to replace printed versions during the 2020-2021 academic year. Acting Chief Education Officer Dr. Kassan Troop says the process will get underway in secondary institutions.
Some of our high schools, our students will be benefiting from the e-text, what we call flat books. We are discussing with the Book Industry Association of Jamaica. You can imagine that they too need some time to transition. They would have had their books printed already and their model set up already. So they too need some time. So we are in negotiation with them, and we have committed to providing some e-books this year for the high school system, and then we will continue to transition into that phase going forward.
Dr. Troop gave the update at the ministry's back-to-school digital town hall meeting recently. The information session was jointly hosted by the ministry, the National Parenting Support Commission, and the National Parent-Teacher Association of Jamaica. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.